Okay, I'm just outside 7-Eleven, same pre-workout meal today, and honestly, completely messed up the timings. I was gonna go to a gym called Hippo's Gym or something, but shuts at 8, which is pretty early, and it shuts at 8 every day. So decided I'm gonna go to the next closest gym, which is the OK Fitness, or whatever it's called, OK Gym. And that's mainly because as well, it's a really good price. There's another gym that's nearby, but it's like 300 baht, and it also shuts at 9 PM. So just for like location and cost, and also, you know, timing, I think it's just ideal to go there. So gonna hit arms again, but I'll mix it up a little bit and make sure the pump is insane. Okay, so right, I'm back at OK Fitness again. Have to check the name every time because it is different on Google, but yeah, OK Fitness today, back for arms. As I said in the intro, I hadn't planned on going to this gym. I was going to go to that Hippo Fitness or whatever it's called, but didn't realize it shut at 8, so not really long enough for me to have a long good arm day and do cardio. These days, like, my minimum cardio is about 25 minutes each day, but then I'd like to go up to 45 minutes some days, so don't want to be restricted. And it is only arms, so to be honest, I don't mind training it at all. It was kind of mainly to mix up the content a bit, which obviously is important to me, but what's more important is actually hitting my goals and hitting my cardio. So let's go for a first heavy set on this one. I'm going to do probably try and get maybe 6 to 7 reps on 25 kg curls here and just see how that goes. It is going to be very heavy, but I reckon we can give it a go. If my elbow starts to hurt, then we'll give it a rest, but let's see. Oh, fucking hell, that was crazy strength on that one. I don't know where that came from. Fucking hell, that was intense, but set was right where it needed to be. Like pushing hard on every single rep, controlled, but still with a bit of swing. Yeah, that's good. Good set. So, next up, just going to be a rinse and repeat. So that was my idea for my first working set. However, if I'd have come to the gym and it didn't feel right, or, you know, I couldn't have got on this particular weight that I wanted, the dumbbells were all taken, there were no benches, whatever, then I'd have to, you know, switch up a little bit, but all feeling good. So I'll probably do just 1 to 2 more sets on here, and I'll just film probably 1 more, we'll see. But as always, guys, I'll just update you on the number of sets on the next exercise. So whatever you do next, whether that be biceps or triceps, I don't know yet, but whatever that is, you'll then find out how many sets I end up doing, just in case any of you are curious as to what volume I do. But I do try and round up all of the volume at the end of the session, just to, again, go over sets, intensity, drop sets, things like that. So yeah, for now, good rest of me on these, at least another 60 seconds, probably 90 seconds, and then go for that same way again. Okay, set numero dos. This one is going to be just as good as the first one. and even fucking better actually. Let's go crazy. So all I'm thinking about here is right elbow, keeping that safe, because that's been niggling me for the past probably 2 months now. Today feels absolutely fine. I don't even have a single pain in there, but that's the only thing I'm kind of keeping in the back of my head. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm literally ripping until failure and then kind of one partial rep on these. But nothing else to do or say before the set. Let's just get into this one. Oh, yeah, boy. Good stuff. 2 sets in. Arms are already starting to feel a little bit pumped there. Lighting in this gym is temperamental, but pose down lighting is fucking good, so that's all that really matters. But yeah, good work for me so far. 2 sets in. I'm thinking might just stay on biceps again half this one, so probably at least, well, I'm definitely gonna do one more. I might do 2 sets, it just depends how we're feeling. But I think I might just spam that single arm curl again. Although to be fair, saying that, I haven't actually tried doing that double arm, and recently I've been a bit more open to try and double arm bicep stuff. For like the past few months I've just absolutely set on single arm, but the machine that I used in Go Gym in Chiang Mai, that one was actually horrible for single arm, but double arm felt fantastic. So not sure if that will translate on that one, but might give that a go. Other than that, still not feeling hammers, and especially with these dumbbells, they're those awkward hex dumbbells, which are a bit kind of, they got the kind of curved handles. And I don't know if you saw on that first right there, I even smacked my, well, you wouldn't have seen actually because my leg is out of the field of view, but basically smacked my thigh with that, even though I'm trying to keep my legs like tucked in like that, if you know what I mean. So, you know, it still managed to smack my thigh there, which is not a pain in the ass. It didn't fucking hurt or anything, but it's just a bit distracting. And obviously if you've got a bad wrist, that's gonna hurt. Luckily for me, that was on my right arm, but yeah, feeling good. Those carbs, although mostly fats and proteins that I would have had in the chicken burger there, I mean, there's a little bit of carbs. The bun is very, very thin, but then fats are going to come from like the sauces and the stuff that's cooked in, etc. But you know, 20 grams of protein, that will be at least 800 calories. Sorry, that will be at least 20 times 4. That's at least 80 calories from that. So yeah, to be fair, actually there is a fair bit of calories coming from fats and carbs. I should actually kind of look how many are from carbs, because that'd be interesting to look at. I'm trying to get a bit more into the carbohydrate side of nutrition rather than just the fats, proteins, micronutrients, supplements, hydration. So like carb timing and differences with higher carb diets and things like that. Not saying that I ever try and cut out carbs at all by any means, but I usually, if I'm trying to bulk, just go for fats. But I do think that carbohydrates may have a lot of potential for me to focus on a bit more. Anyway, I've had a decent rest here, to be fair, guys. I'm not going to film this next set. I'm just going to go straight for it. But might be 2 more sets. We'll see. But so far, feeling really good this Sunday. Okay, next up, going for cable barbell. Well, not barbell, but cable bar attachment curls. So I wish they actually had a easy bar, because that'd be a lot nicer on my wrist. But I'm not complaining too much. I'm just saying, if I was at my local gym at home, etc., that's what I'd be using. That's not to say that I don't like using a straight bar ever, but this one in particular, I don't know if it's just the length of it or the diameter of the actual bar, but it just doesn't feel exactly right. But definitely good enough for me to get some working sets in, or at least one from the warm-up reps. So yeah, still looking around, just seeing if they do have any other bars anywhere, but I'm pretty sure that is it. So yeah, not to worry at all. I'm not going full stack, but I'm probably, you know, 80% of the way there. So there's like 2 or 3 notches below that we can drop down into if necessary. But yeah, it should be good. So first set, I'm pretty much just going to try and get about 6 to 8. I don't think I'll go for many partials because just wrist positioning doesn't feel good to like go for quick movements like that, if that makes sense. So let me just get a good song on for this one, and then we'll shift it into gear. Biceps feeling good so far today. One more. Oh boy. Fucking hell. That was crazy. Probably one more, maybe on that weight, but then I reckon I have to drop it. But yeah, so far, feeling good. Obviously just done biceps only, so I want to do triceps. That'll be much better, but one in the bag. Right, set number 2 on this one. So I've not dropped the weight because first set felt really good. So just gonna go for the same again. I'd say the first like 5 or 6 reps are pretty controlled and then start to kind of speed up a little bit. And also I noticed that when I'm doing this one, I'll kind of pause at the bottom of some of these, but I don't have a problem with that. It's just something that, you know, if I was tracking the weights frequently each week, I'd be paying attention to that because that can make it easier or harder, if that makes sense. So just kind of paying attention to those details. One more. Absolutely nothing left on that last rep there. That was a good, nice point of failure. Like I was saying, I'm not trying to crank out partial reps on that one, whereas if I was doing like lateral raises, there's no stress for me to continue reps like this. You know what I'm saying? So start of the rep would be here, and then as I get tired, I could still do some partials, but I don't feel like wrenching a barbell up on my wrist when it's a straight bar. So yeah, 2 sets recorded. I'm not gonna record any more on that one, but I'm gonna have a good rest and then probably just do one more. Right, back at the bicep curl machine of sorts, plate loaded, not my favorite at all, but we can make it work for now. So I might just do a couple sets, but then last time I said that I ended up doing like 5 or 6 or 7 or something insane, but I've done loads of volume on the biceps already today. So number 1, I'm getting tired on biceps, so that's just like in itself a reason for me to not do unnecessary sets. Number 2, I do want to do some triceps. So the way I'm going to inevitably fatigue myself means I'm going to be able to put less focus on those triceps. So, you know, that's just something to consider. And then also time-wise, so I've still got 2 hours and 10 minutes before the gym closes, so that is actually really good, but obviously I want to have enough time to do my cardio. So pretty much what I'm going to do here is just a couple of reps on the weight. Actually no, to be fair, I'm going straight in. I've just realized I've got the weight on here already. So yeah, I'll only record 1 set of each on these, but this first set will be pretty decent. Battery's about to die. Two more. Last four. Okay, so moving on to triceps now. I'm going to go for this rope push down. Probably going to be my only tricep exercise today, we'll see. But I'm feeling absolutely exhausted after those biceps, which is actually okay because I haven't had bicep soreness in a while, and I feel like the last two workouts I really prioritised my triceps, and also the last session, the day after, my triceps are fucking cooked, like really sore. So I'm fine with prioritising biceps today, but obviously do want to still get some tricep work done. So go on, Sean. Let's get this moving. I might only do one set on this weight because this is pretty heavy for me, but yeah, definitely want to go for a good set while I'm feeling fresh, or you know, fresher than a few more sets in. To be fair, I actually got more reps than that than I thought I was going to lead into that first set, so I'm happy about that one. Yeah, good work. So keep it there for at least another 2 sets. Like I said, I'll probably just do rope pushdowns today. I think I'll leave the overheads for next week because I've done them like every single session, which is every 4 days for as long as I can remember. So yeah. Perfect, again, that's good. Did get a few less, but burn was there the whole way through. Good contraction, good stretch. Not feeling too much like pressure in my core, you know, like ab burn or anything like that. Sometimes in the past, I've just literally felt towards the end of the set like I'm really burning my abs out and I can't even focus on triceps, but that was good all the way through. So yeah, still going with the theme of rope pretty much every session recently. It's just not failing me down at all. Feeling good. I did do single arm handles last session as well. I am mixing it up here and there. And I also did a bar as well, but for the majority of the sets, these are feeling really good. So I'm sure that will change in the future, especially when I bulk, because the weight that I can actually move around will move up so quickly with the increase of calories and carbs. that means I'll have to then increase the weight to continuously progressively overload. And to be fair, for me, rope doesn't feel great with a load of weight, because then I feel like I'm over-engaged my front delt. So perhaps what I'm learning is that in a dieting phase, rope is ideal, and then in a bulk, maybe more so single arm, because obviously then I'm halving the weight, but then also a bar feels good with more weight. So yeah, again, just things to take note of moving into the next phase, which isn't for a while, but that is something that I was going to talk about. Is that I think what I'm going to do, or what I know I'm going to do now, is set an actual date on when I'm going to finish my diet. So from today, it will be basically either 4 or 5 weeks. I need to select the exact date. But yeah, either the 15th or the 22nd, so there's a week in between there. But I'll let you guys know when that is, because then as I'm going through these vlogs, we can kind of put a timeline on how many days away from that I am. And that's just because, one, I'm kind of getting bored of dieting now. Two, I'm getting hungry, but also I've got not really any huge reasons to get lean other than just my own pleasure. But because I'm kind of liking the way I'm looking at the moment anyway, that's that. But I don't want to just get comfortable and maintain. So push it a bit further, get super lean, and then that'll give you more space to bulk into the later months. I don't think I'll record any more of these sets, guys. So the next video clip that you will see will probably be a pose down, but we'll see. Okay, all finished up with that arm session then, guys. That was a really good arm day today. So I started off with mainly biceps, to be honest, just to change things up a little bit, and ended up pretty much doing the majority of the session on biceps. But as I said, that worked out fine for me, because the last 2 sessions heavily tricep focused, and then the soreness after the last session was just all triceps, and that was pretty crazy. So total round of the session was, I think, 3 to 4 sets of seated dumbbell curls, pretty heavy, low rep. Then I did rope, bar, cable curls for, again, quite heavy, relatively low rep. And then single arm for kind of medium rep, around 10 to 12. Quite a few sets on there, around 3 to 4. And then triceps, 5 sets of the push downs with a rope. So let's do a quick physique update. So this morning I had an absolutely insane weight drop. I was 209 pounds, which is just crazy light for me. Because usually I'm sitting recently around like 215. So it didn't just drop straight down, it dropped to like 213, 211, and then 209. Yeah, pump doesn't feel crazy today, like it does feel good, but definitely last arm day was more insane. So I'm not sure if that was down to like meal timings or hydration. That's why it's also good for me to make these videos, because I can look back and see, like, preparation wise, what was good. Quick bicep from the back. Okay, that's pretty much it. So, as I said, I'm trying to go to a lot of different gyms, but just some of them close early, some of them are very far away, some of them are quite expensive. So it's a case of balancing what I'm going to do muscle group wise at which gym. All right, lighting's going a little bit funky again, but yeah, as I said, tomorrow will definitely be at a different gym, and tomorrow's a leg day. So I might go to that Fusion gym, which is quite close by. A little bit more expensive, but I don't mind paying a bit more for back or leg training, just because I feel like I can get more out of those machines, whereas chest and arms I'm quite happy with. Yeah, either Smith, cables, and then sometimes dumbbells. So I think we're pretty much out of poses, guys. Yeah, now we're gonna have the rest of my food. Still eating 2,400 calories, so calories haven't dropped yet. But as you guys know, cardio has been pretty crazy. So yeah, one more double bicep. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. See you tomorrow. As always, the only way is up.